Hi everyone, this is Richard. In this video we are going to go over hide and show. This expands upon the idea of privacy, but at a different level. So let's go into it. I created a library from before. Library private. Here are the public variables. Notice no underscore, so they're public variables. We have two functions right here, okay? We import and we print. Notice we have options, A, B, C, adding, divider, right? What if I looked at this code and I said, you know something, I don't need any of this. All I need is the function adding, okay? Remember, use everything or take everything you need, but nothing more other than that. So I'm going to use the keyword show adding, okay? So if I go back here, all the options are removed except for adding. That's still there, that function. No other function was available. What this says, it's show adding, but hide everything else. So all of these are hidden, and this is hidden. You can choose more than one. See? So our choices will be C and adding. Okay? Hide is just the opposite. So hide says, when I go inside here, hide what I mentioned and show me everything else. So let's just hide B, okay? And C. Let's just say hide B and C. That means every other member, variables, functions, classes, are available except for the ones B and C. So our options are A, adding, and divider. Okay, so it's pretty straightforward. When you think about this, wait a minute, how is this different from private variables and private functions? When you think about it, it's at the location. So ideally, if you're going to make a library, you want it to be as secure, I guess, as possible, as private as possible. You want to simplify it as much as possible for the person who uses the library, and that may be you. If you have an existing library, instead of going in and editing it, when you import it, if you realize, wait a minute, I need this, but not this, then you can use the show and hide. So that's the difference. It's just the location of the privacy where you are using the concept of privacy. At the library level, at the program level. Okay? One other thing. Keep in mind. Let's just say, for example, here's another library, private _ second. Bunch of strings, variables, and we get this greetings function. What does this do? Basically, it basically prints, let me see, let's import this. Private second, print, that was called greetings. Right? Hello, how are you? Basically it does hello, comma, how, space, are you, question mark. And it replaces the first letter, makes it uppercase, right here. There's several ways of doing this. Either this way, the first letter, 2 uppercase plus substring, which basically means remove, start the string at character 1, not 0, 1, and everything behind there. Other option was use this method. X replaced first lowercase h with a capital H right here. Gets you the same thing, okay? So, what was I looking at? Oh, by the way, private. Let's just say, for example, I'm going to import private _ second. Okay, I'm going to import this right here. And I'm going to say string how are you? What was the letter of that variable? X. Nope. Let's just say Y. Make it pretty straightforward. So here I'll be able to say print how are you? And it prints the string Y. Okay, because it returns Y. So what happens? I'm importing private second into private dart, okay? And then I'm importing it into main. Let's remove this altogether. So now I will not have access to any of the functions in private second, right? Because I'm importing it into private library private, and I'm importing only the private library here. So I'm not importing private second, right? So none of these in private second are available. So is that clear? String X, I do not have access to X inside of here at all. What do I need to do to get access to this right here? Of course, export, right? My voice is going, sorry. Okay, so I import it and I export it. But wait a minute. Looking at this, all I really need is the Y. So import show Y. So all I'm going to do is show Y from here. I don't need anything else, and I'm going to import private. Print. Wait a minute. If I look inside here, wait a minute. I can print X. What's going on here? Notice, if you import only this part, you're actually importing the entire library. You're just not seeing it. When you export it, you're exporting the entire library, not just Y. Okay? So I hope you saw that. So you could see all of the variables right here. So be very careful. If you're going to export it all, you'll have to say, or export only a certain thing, you'll have to export exactly like you imported it. Because otherwise, if you export, you'll export the whole library. You might not want that. There we go. So we don't have X and Z or anything else. So just keep that in mind. Again, I'm going to repeat this for privacy. Use what you need. Hide everything else. That's the concept of privacy. And that's an important thing to remember as time goes by in terms of reading code and making code maintainable by making it as simple as possible. Okay? So I think that's pretty much it for privacy. We're going to move on from here on. Thank you.